Good day to you everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to animate a dragon walk cycle. As always, the very first step is to find a reference. I found a reference, you can use mine or you have a better reference, you can use that. Is to use this creature animation because we definitely can't find a dragon. We can use a creature animation walk cycle. Okay, once you have the dog walk cycle, you just need to create the first loop, okay, which is the contact point of this leg and make it a cycle, one loop. Okay, the moment it touches the ground is the contact point. So load in the dragon, we're going to create a ground floor first. We make the floor a bit bigger and we can create a layer from it and put it to reference. Okay, next we need to load in our reference. So I just create a new camera, and for this camera we will just load in our reference. So just create an image plane and select one of the reference and click open. In this image plane, go to attribute editor and use image sequence. Okay, so now we have our animation. Okay, once we are done, we can tear off this camera, make it smaller so that we can move around. Then we will go back to our main perspective view. Okay, then we can do our first pose. Select all the keyframe and key pose at number 1. We will do something like the first pose. So what you need to look out for is the leg. We are going to animate as close as possible. Then for the body, we will just keep it something like this first. Okay, so we will concentrate on the leg pose first for all the main key poses. In the creature animation, we have two parts we need to concentrate on. It's the front walk cycle and the back leg walk cycle. Okay, so for key poses, we will same thing look out for the contact pose, the up pose, down pose, passing pose. Okay, so the contact pose is very simple. The moment it touch the ground, that is the contact pose. Okay, so we're going to do this pose. So in this case, it's better for us to use the hand as an IK. So select this plus sign and change it to IK. And remember to do this for the keyframe. So you can add your own style of poses at the key pose. If you look at this reference, okay, the body is quite high. So for dragon, I want him to lean down a bit. I want him to stretch the hand out a bit more, okay, to improve the appeal of this character. The more important part is the shoulder. You really need to push forward and backward. You need to animate the shoulder. Okay, we have done with the front leg, or should I call it the hand and the head. Now we are going to do the back leg. For the back leg, a rule of thumb is you always look at the part of the joint. They will be almost parallel, usually parallel most of the time. Okay, so if you are animating, so try to take note of this. Two parts is always parallel to each other. So if you happen to have this kind of pose, where this is pointing here and this is pointing down, that means it's wrong. Okay, they should be always parallel to each other. Okay, so if this is pointing down, you should point this down also. So in this example, if you cannot see the back leg, over here is pointing downward. So naturally, you will have this pointing downward too. Okay, down, cross over here. Then you can slightly imagine how it look like. So we will touch up on the back leg later. So for now, we just do something like this. Remember to select all the controller and keyframe them. Once we get this, first pose and last pose should always be the same. After the first contact point, we want to do the cycle, half cycle of contact point, which is this other leg. The moment it touch the ground over here, that is the second contact point. So we will key in 38 and we will do our poses. Sometimes when you are doing new poses for the arm, for the elbow or the shoulder, it's always good to zero them out first and then animate them again. So this is to prevent gimbal lock. Sometimes it will overturn, then the value get bigger and bigger. Just now, I moved the red color towards the front a bit in this pose. So if I'm going to move this from here to here, it actually moves sideways. So from here, it will move here. Okay, usually that's not the way. Usually it will move from here, maybe towards slightly slant a bit only. We will try to edit this pose, change it to here. Okay, once you are done, select all and keyframe. Okay, next we are going to do the up and down pose. Down pose we'll do at the lowest point of the front body. Second down pose, select all and keyframe. Okay, after we are done with down pose, we'll move on to the up pose. And last but not least is the passing pose. Okay, so I've done a rough blogging of the leg pose and the hand pose, okay, without the body, with all the poses, up, down, passing, and contact. Okay, the next step is to play with the body. So we will start with the front part of the body first. So for the front part of the body, we will be using these three axes. Number one, this one. Okay, number two is the middle one. And the last one is this one. We will not be touching the head, so just these three controller. Can select all at the same time. We will play with the up and down first, since it's the easiest to do. And we will try not to use the translation to do it. Okay, so up and down. So at this point, you just need to know where is the extreme point, where is the highest point, and where is the lowest point. Okay, so let's leave it like this first. Next, we want to do left and right. Left and right is pretty easy because when he's stretching the hand forward, that is your extreme point. So it's at contact point. The only thing left is this axis. Okay, this is the same as your walk cycle. Okay, I would like to have the weight of this up and down more. So maybe I would like to hold them a bit longer. Okay, so after the front is done, we will look at the back. So let's concentrate on the up and down first. Okay, look for the highest point and the lowest point of this reference. Okay, so now we have the up and down effect. Okay, next we are going to do the rotation. Okay, once we are done, we need to do the Y. Okay, same thing, the Y will follow the back leg. So for the back leg and front leg contact point timing is very different. Okay, so we need to really adjust the back leg contact point now. Okay, so after I'm done with the back leg, okay, getting the contact pose done and then followed by up down passing, and we can continue with our hip. And now we need to add in the weight shift of the left and right. So if we look at the top view, we can try to add a bit of curve of rotation more on this side, left and right. So to do this, we can make use of this one. Okay, after we are done, we try to add some animation for the neck. Okay, once we add the neck animation, we might want to offset the neck a bit. because there are 5 controllers. So usually how I offset, okay, is to select the outer one, the outer controller. Okay, this is the most inner controller, followed by outer, another outside. This is the furthest one from the body. Okay, select the 4, okay, then offset by 2 keyframe. Select 3, offset by 2 keyframe. 2, offset by 2 keyframe. The last one, offset by 2 keyframe. Play the animation. Okay, now you have a bit of overlapping. Okay, next is the head. The head look too stiff. Okay, we will do the head animation. Okay, after I'm done with the head, let's look at the result. Now all is left is the tail, so let's add the tail first. Tail is easier to do a follow through animation, so we should look at how the curve look like and then we try to carry on. Like for example, the first pose, head is looking like this, and maybe we can do this. Okay, so try to get the same line of action. So now it's on the ground and the top line of action looks okay. We'll copy the first frame to the last frame. Then we will do a follow through animation. Okay, so I add a bit of tail animation. Okay, so now we try to fix, we polish the leg a bit, because right now there are some jerk. It's time to polish the hand. We will make use of all the motion trail. For example, selecting one of the hand controller. Okay, as you can see, the hand controller is very constant throughout the animation. The spacing is almost the same. The curve is not good enough. Okay, so I will polish this one using the motion trail and using our graph editor. This is before the hand polish. So after polishing the hand, it will look something like this. Okay, so after polishing the front hand, we also can polish the leg. Okay, so I will play a before. Okay, you can see the leg, there is no weight, is putting down the leg very slowly, and there's no animation around the thigh area. Okay, so I will do a very quick adjustment, polishing, to add some weight and some animation on the thigh. Okay, so once we are done, let's look at the result again. So I've come to my end of my tutorial. Remember that creature animation is an advanced animation, so please try to perfect your walk cycle first before you learn how to do a creature animation. Okay, so hope you have learned something and I'll see you next time. Happy animating!